She's a bad bitch with some motion. She can make her ass move in slow motion. I ain't nothing like her last dude. He was bogus. He ain't had no money and he ain't had no motion.
You're locked in with Atlanta's hottest hip hop station, The Hype 87.3.
That's right. It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live right here in ATL on the Hype 87.3. And today, we got a special guest checking in, Dogface. What's going on, family? How you doing?
How you doing?
Thank you for being here. We already had a whole dope conversation before we went live.
Right, I'm a dope guy, so before, during, after, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dopeness.
I like that kind of energy. We can't sit down with everybody, right?
Right, exactly.
Give us a brief introduction before we dive into what you want people to know initially. Who are on game with who you are?
I'm Dawgface Calderon. I represent the east side of Detroit. I represent Michigan as a whole, because I wasn't born in Detroit. I was born in a town called Pontiac, Michigan, aka the Yak, which is about 20 minutes north of Detroit. So, but I've been in Detroit since I was 16 years old. I went to jail. I went to youth home. I went to prison from Detroit.
Yeah.
I shall represent the Michigan in its entirety because of what I do. I am just, I mean, it's hard to describe what I do, but I'm in the entertainment business, and I also have businesses that have nothing to do with entertainment whatsoever.
How important is that to you to be diverse with what you do?
It's absolutely important because you never know what opportunities will present themselves. You never know where you'll find yourself in life. You never know you never know what doors you will have to walk in or walk out of. And sometimes life is about starting over, and the more well-rounded you are, the better you are able to handle and deal with, or to digress, or to grab hold of opportunities as they present themselves.
Absolutely, and one opportunity over here may help this opportunity you're working on over here.
That's how life works.
Right, you being a music artist, having other business ventures could gain you a whole new fan base that maybe would not have taken a look at what you got going on, but now they know you on this side of business.
Absolutely, it's cheat codes, because I'm an artist, but I'm also a podcaster. I'm a YouTuber as well. I'm also in the world of management, artist development. I'm in the world of entertainment as a whole.
He's an all around dope dude, y'all.
Yeah, all around.
Detroit shaped you. You know, I know you said originally from Pontiac, but you've been in Detroit, for a big portion of your life. It shaped you, who you are as a man, businessman.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, so every experience. I moved from Pontiac to Detroit when I was 15. It was like 1986. I'm an OG.
I'm an OG too. 1974.
I'm a 72 baby. So it is. So every place I've been has shaped me, has added to the overall mix of who Dogface is today.
What brought you to the Atlanta area?
My family is originally from Alabama and Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So my daughter went to Spelman. When it was time for her to choose a college, she decided to go to Spelman. So that brought me down to Georgia more often than not, because I had to come check on my baby.
Yeah.
She went to Spelman from 14 to 18, and then she went to grad school at University of Colorado, and then she came back and went to Kennesaw State. She finished up her degrees. So her being in Georgia, with her being my baby, my oldest baby, I had to come down here and check on her. So when she went to Spelman, and then my godson went to Morehouse same time, 14 to 18. So that brought me down here to check on them. So I made a couple of acquaintances down here, and so when you're in the world of entertainment, especially black entertainment, you understand that Atlanta is the black entertainment mecca of this country.
100%.
It ain't New York, it ain't LA, it is Atlanta. It was the mecca at that particular point in time, and it still is now.
So when you came down here initially till now, do you feel like that has changed in any way, or has it enhanced, like you said, being the mecca?
Oh, things change. Each regions have periods where they dominate.
Yeah.
I came down here at a time where Atlanta was still in the early stages of their domination of the world of hip hop. Yeah. And then film with Tyler Perry and everything that he was at. But certainly the world of hip hop, Atlanta was moving and grooving, and they still were in there. I think they were in their second lifespan. Yeah. Of dominating the world of hip hop. So when I came down here in 14, and I really was coming down here 2-3 times a month at that particular point in time, Atlanta was in full blown run this shit mode. Correct. Right. So it is what it is. So yeah, but times have changed because the world of entertainment has changed. Yes. So a star can be a star without being attached to or associated with a label. There's a bunch of soldier boys running around who, You don't know, say, Soulja Boy from being associated with a label. You know him from being like a grassroots artist who kind of like built himself up he utilized YouTube to his benefit. So now you don't necessarily need a label or a traditional approach at the music business in order to be a star. So yes, times have changed, not just for Atlanta, but just for the landscape of music all around.
As a whole, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've been coming to Atlanta since the 90s because I came out here for Freaknik a couple times.
You got caught up, huh?
Man, what
you got caught up? You're a Freaknik baby?
I'm a Freaknik baby.
Okay.
You know, I even watched a documentary like...
Right. Is that me in there?
But I wasn't on there, you know.
Right.
It's by the grace of God. They didn't catch me. But I fell in love with the culture of Atlanta back then.
Right.
I was like, I'm going to live there one day. And I moved here just before you in 2013. And yeah, I agree with you. You know, everything is still beautiful out here. But man, 2013, 2014, even maybe 2015... I don't know. I can't describe the way the energy was out here. It's just a little different now.
Right.
You know, not necessarily in a negative way, but it's just different.
It's different in a negative way. It's different in a positive way. It's different in terms of who controls access.
Yeah.
Who the gatekeepers are.
That is facts.
Everything is different. You don't need anybody anymore. So there's a hyper sense of independence that artists have, and that is a good and a bad thing because we're not controlled by the traditional gatekeepers, the traditional door openers. I mean, you could do most of what they did 20 years ago. You can do it yourself without having to be attached to a major anything.
Facts, because now we've got all the distribution platforms, you know, so artists can distribute your own music.
Yeah.
We got stuff like this. We got podcasts. We got internet-based radios. We got social media. It's a different time.
Right. You can turn yourself up.
You can definitely turn yourself up. Do you feel like that it be rubbing some of these gatekeepers the wrong way when they feel like that power's not there no more?
It absolutely. Listen, whenever you have people, human beings, it's human nature, whether it started out to be that way or not. Whenever you have people who are used to being the go-to people for any particular thing, whether it's entertainment or whatever it is, when they feel like they're losing their sense of control or power or influence, they have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And those type of people, if they don't check their egos, they will use whatever power they have left to try to hinder somebody else because they're not in the mix. And a lot of the old traditional gatekeepers, they want to. So gatekeeping is not just you get in, you don't get in. Gatekeeping is I'm going to get a cut off whatever you do if you do anything. And so now you can go around that. And of course they have a problem with that because they ain't eating like they used to be eating 10, 15 years ago. And
a lot of them be disgruntled because they be slicks throwing shade at some of these younger artists. And I'm like,
absolutely.
Stop it. It's corny to me, you know, slick. It's like, I feel like, you know, perhaps you had your run, you had your time.
Yeah.
It's okay to allow some of these youngins to come in and do maybe what you did before. There's nothing wrong with that. But like you said, not everybody can handle that because I think it's a pride thing.
Yeah. And it's not just an Atlanta problem.
Oh, it's worldwide.
Before it was Atlanta, it was a New York problem because when LA wrestled control or dominance from New York had a problem with that.
Yeah.
And then when the South wrestled control from LA and New York, they had a problem with the South.
Yeah.
So I understand the Goody Mob Gips when Gip come with his. I understand Jermaine Dupri when they talk about the relationship between New York specifically and the South as a whole. So I get it. And yeah, it's not just an Atlanta problem, it's a Detroit problem too, because you have gatekeepers in Detroit who are used to being the go-to people when the labels call for any advice or any insight into who the hottest artist is. You have people in Detroit who feel the same way. If they not in the mix, they'll try to stop you. They'll try to use whatever power or influence they have to stop you from running if they can't get the 5% or 10%, or if they can't get the nod, if they can't get their name associated with your success, they'll do the same shit.
It's crazy to me. It's like, why do we always, is that thunder? Dang.
Yeah.
Why do some people feel
I'm
like,
here, it's thunder.
Listen, I know that he brought all the thunder today.
Right.
People just feel like they have to be attached to, like you said, everything that's moving and shaking. It's like, make your own waves, make your own moves. You don't have to attach to other people's situations.
So when the people who, like the traditional industry types, when they were coming up in the mid 90s, late 90s, the 2000s, the 99 and 2000s.
Yeah.
When they were coming up in that era, they were traditionally trained in how to control and how to maneuver in the music business. So that's all they know.
Yeah.
When you take that from them, they are they're wandering around in the wilderness, or they're wandering around in the desert.
They're lost.
And they feel they're lost, and they don't know how to do anything but what they know how to do, and that's try to keep control. Because if you lose control, you lose money, you lose prestige, you lose power, you lose influence, and they're going to die trying to run and control everything. Man. They're never going to reinvent themselves. They're never going to grow and learn.
Right. And it's like we have to get on board or get left behind.
Absolutely.
That's just really what it boils down to. It's like, even if we may not necessarily like the way certain things are, if you want to stay relevant, you have to get on board or get lit. I heard 2 Chainz say that years ago in an interview, and 2 Chainz been doing this for a long, long time. Get on board or get left behind. I'm like, it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, but it's when you're one-dimensional in terms of what you do,
right,
and what you have to bring to the table, it's hard for you to reinvent yourself. 2 Chainz is a businessman. He's an artist. He's a businessman. He's a philanthropist.
Yes.
He's this, that, and the third. So it's easy for him to be able to migrate because he brings fresh voices and young voices into his fold.
Facts.
Who can help him migrate or transition from one stage to another. A lot of these OGs, whether they're DJs or whether they're execs, whether they're like dot connectors, a lot of them they're still stuck. They still think they're Russell fucking Simmons.
I feel like I agree with you because I'm 51 and I feel like doing what I do is what keeps me in the know. It keeps me young because majority of the people I sit down with are my son's age or younger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like if I wasn't in this business and I was working in corporate America around a bunch of people who were my age or older, my mindset would be totally different. So I agree with you. You hanging around people, who, because let's be honest, there's some stuff that a 21-year-old could probably teach me when it comes to some of this technology stuff because they be on their phones all the time.
I learn stuff from my children. I spent 17 years in prison. When I came home, there was no Word document before I went to prison. There was no Excel or
none of that existed.
Or none of that shit. So I came home. Of course, and what really helped me is that when I was in prison, I was watching young guys come in. And I wasn't just like an old head. After I got 10, 15 years in, I wouldn't just sit back talking about, oh, you young niggas this, you young niggas that. I was learning. I was listening to the things that they were going through that led them to, led them to where I was, led them to meeting me where we were. And when I came home, I was a sponge. I absorbed as much as I possibly could because before I came home, I wasn't just in prison lifting weights, running around gambling, doing goofy shit. I was in there reading popular science, popular mechanic.
Yeah.
I was reading the source, the vibe, and everything else, trying to get as much information as I possibly could because I understand that information is power.
Yes.
Without information, because I left, there were no casinos in Detroit when I went to prison. When I came home, we had 3 casinos, and the world was different than it was when I left it. So I knew that I had to try to stay in contact and stay aware of what was going on. I didn't want to be left behind like that, and the youth is absolutely the key.
I couldn't agree. So we have to tap in with them, so you do a podcast as well. Yeah. Do you tap in with some of the younger generation when it comes to your podcast?
I reach out to listen. So my podcast is called Dogface TV Podcast 2 because it is 2 now without even getting into a bunch of history. But me and a couple of other distinguished gentlemen and gentle ladies, we formed a crew called the YouTube Streets. I registered the name, I copywrote the name and the logo associated with it too. So the YouTube Streets is a collective of YouTubers and podcasters from across the country who come together to discuss. It's like what Whack 100 did with the Exposers, but instead of just focusing on LA cats, which is what he did. Most of those guys were LA cats. I have a collective of, well, I don't have, but I am in association with a collective of YouTubers from Florida, from New York, from Minnesota, from LA, from down south, and we all come together and we do a panel. It's called the YouTube Streets panel. Where we talk about all things current events in the world of entertainment, sports, politics, whatever the case may be.
So do you guys live stream it on YouTube?
Yes, man, we do.
That's hard. How often
we all
are you
connect? Well, we'll officially we're supposed to do it Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then Saturdays. But now, because people have their own life experiences that they have to live, we were all in the group chat and we all say, hey, let's go live today. Let's go live. It might be right now, and we might say, hey, I might send a chat out. Did you see what just happened with T Grizzly, or did you see what just happened with Shannon Sharp? We need to come on and talk about that, right? And so we'll build a list of 5 or 6 issues so we can talk about them, and the unique thing about, and the interesting thing, and the good thing about the YouTube streets is that we don't always agree. And we don't have to agree. And we're not of the mind that we have to agree about any particular issue. You might have a come down with something totally different. And I want to invite you onto the YouTube Streets panel. I want to incorporate you into what we have going on. I want to look at your schedule. I want to get in your business. And I want to invite you on because I want perspectives from different walks of life and different areas, because you may see it differently than Meet the Shoe, who's out of Minnesota. You may see it differently than Just Q Heffel's a comedian here from Atlanta. So you might see it differently from people from Detroit or from New York.
And I love that, because now you've got people from all walks of life tuning in, and they feel like they are included, because maybe this person has a different perspective, but this one sees it the way they do. So it draws people in, and doing it, like you said, on the spur of the moment sometimes, talking about what the hot topic is. Yeah. People want to know. They want to be in the know, like right there in the moment.
We're the new CNN. We're the new Fox.
That's hard.
We're the new thing, because and then we're responsible, and the people who from the public figure boogies to the Uncle Jukes to the Nina from Meet the Shoe to the Henny Say Reviews. She's a sister. She's from the Yonkers originally, but she lives in Florida. Henny, she left her home to go back to New York to sit in and go and experience every day of the Diddy trial. So she has a perspective that we don't have because we weren't there.
Facts.
She knows all the inside stuff. She know who's who. She know who's public. She know who's witness number 3-BC is, because she was there.
She can give you stuff in real time.
In real time, the feeling, everything that was associated with the whole experience of that trial.
So are you guys using like Restream or StreamYard? StreamYard, yeah.
Yeah, StreamYard. We all tap in, but we all go live. So I send you the link. I sent the whole link out.
Yep.
And I'm the host. I'm like the referee of everything, right? And so, so what we do is we send it out, and then we all connect our own YouTubes. So when we go live, it's not just on my channel; it's on everybody's channel.
I love that. Yeah. I love that YouTube finally got on board with doing that, because now it brings attention to everybody's YouTube. Yeah. So Dawgface TV, for people who haven't tuned in, outside of what you talked to us about, what are some of the topics and things that they can find on your podcast?
Everything.
A little bit of everything.
When it comes to urban, pop, culture, when it comes to sports, entertainment as a whole, whether it's film or music, sports, politics. Barack Obama, shut your bitch ass up with all that goofy ass shit you talking about, right? Right, Shannon Sharp, leave the little white girls alone. Get you a white girl your own age.
Right, stop playing in the snow with an 18-year-old.
Right, stop playing. And Diddy, the whole Diddy trial has introduced so many terms that we did not want. Power bottom, snowballing, and all this other shit. Like, what? Dude, I didn't need to know that.
No, there's certain things that they could have kept to themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So we talk about everything, and I want to officially invite you on.
I would love to.
What's today? Today is Monday.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So Mondays and Wednesdays are not good for me, because I literally work afternoons and evenings.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to recreate something for you. What day are you open? And I'm going to build a team around.
I'll look at my schedule, and I'll let you know for sure. Yeah, because I would love to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
I'll bring my people and tell them y'all got to tune in.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we all feed off each other, and we all help each other grow.
Yes, that's what it's all about. That is what it is about, is coming together and really uplifting other people and helping them grow.
Right.
Not taking offense to the fact that maybe you don't agree with them.
No, listen, we welcome that. We welcome. So it's not. So some things are just obvious based on just the surface of what it is.
Yeah.
When you look at Diddy, for example, and I don't want to take over your interview.
No, you're good.
I want to be on the podcast, right? But when you look at Diddy, I think that whether you agree with, I personally think that trial was flawed from the very beginning. I know people who actually know Diddy, who knows that he's a flawed individual on multiple different levels.
Yes.
Do I think that what he was charged with amounted to the RICO? I don't necessarily think it fits the I don't think I think we're looking into, I think Diddy rubbed the wrong people the wrong way.
Exactly. Now they're trying to tear him apart.
Yeah, and they utilized the court of public opinion to do it. So was his treatment of Cassie, was it appropriate? Nah. Was his treatment of other people appropriate? Nah. But most of that shit was just about his uncontrolled sexual appetite.
And because he's famous and wealthy, people try to make a spectacle of him, because that's no different than what goes on every single day in smaller regions where people don't know that person.
Hey, listen, flying, can I cuss?
Yes.
Flying a bitch out. Every nigga in the ghetto would be in jail. We didn't flew a bad bitch out to Miami, Houston, LA. We fly bitches out. That's what we do. If you having money,
that's exactly what you do.
You
it's
do
no different than what people have been doing forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
Just because of who he is. And like you said, a lot of people may not like him or he rubs them the wrong way. Now they're making a huge example and a spectacle out of him.
Well, he made himself. So listen, I don't want to take the responsibility of, see, he put himself in that situation.
Absolutely.
Nobody else is responsible for that.
Yeah.
But when you look at the overall scope of what it is, he's a piece of shit. He's an asshole. But I want to offer something to you. When Diddy comes out of whatever that sentence is, he is still going to be as powerful as he was. I was into a debate with somebody the other day, like, you think people ain't going to fuck with him? Why not? Because the shit, he didn't do that in a vacuum. All the shit that he was doing, that's the shit that when you really in Hollywood, when you really in that shit, they into that kind of shit. Whether you actually participate into it or not, that's what they do, and you know that's what they do.
Absolutely. Listen, just like a lot of these high-end executives, they be doing drugs and stuff like that, like snorting powder. It's the rich man's drug.
Everything.
Yeah, so it's like, of course, when all this is said and done, people are still going to fuck with Diddy.
Yes,
period.
Of course. Money is power.
Money is power.
Listen, you know that because when the verdict was handed down, the first person who said something was Carisha. She's the first, no slight, but she ain't say shit throughout the whole trial.
Yeah.
But when that verdict came down and the most serious offenses he got found out guilty of, it was like,
now you got something to say.
You want that $100,000, you want that money, you want that monthly balance, you want that allowance back.
No, facts.
Yeah.
And that's just what makes the world go around. Let's just keep it G.
Right.
So you've, throughout your journey, you've had some back and forth with a few people.
Yes, I have.
How do moments like that play into your brand and your voice when it comes to your platform?
My moniker is I'm the most dangerous voice in Detroit. It's danger. When you see me coming, be afraid.
Be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout because I'm coming with that shit. And then I coined the phrase selective gangsterism because there are a lot of people who have a lot of opinions about things until those things reach their doorstep, until people who they know and who they're associated with it are accused of violating different principles that make up the underlying principles of the ghetto.
Yeah.
They got an opinion about everything until their homeboy or to their friend, to one of their associates who they are buddy with, get exposed for doing that same shit, and then maybe not. I don't know. I couldn't. No, motherfucker. No, if you're gonna call a spade, call a spade.
That part.
Yeah,
that part.
It's called selective gangsterism. You want to talk? He a rat. He this. He that. But when your man who we know you fuck with, when that comes to light. When 1090 Jake put him on front, when Vlad or Academics or Whack 100 or SETI or whoever or the YouTube streets put that motherfucker on blast, all of a sudden you don't know shit no more.
Exactly.
It's amazing you don't know shit about him, but you knew everything about bing, 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 bing. You were unaware of the shit your man did. Nah, player, I'm on your ass. So one of the major parts of my podcast is called the Fuck Nigga Files. You were inducted into the Fuck Nigga Files when you do something that is offensive to the culture as a whole, right? And it is not justifiable. I'm going to induct you into the Fuck Nigga File Hall of Fame.
Is there any ever coming back from that?
No, once you get in the Fuck Nigga File, you can't come back. Because I don't just put you in there lightly.
It's the FNF.
Yeah, FNF. That's what it is. FNF Files. You get in the Fuck Nigga File, you ain't coming out.
But listen, like Plies made a song about that. Some people get the FNF fee. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like people know they wrong. They know they wrong. You can't be selective when it comes to certain things. It's like if you want to stand on something, stand on it, whether it's someone close to you. For example, if my son, that's my favorite person, but if he went out here and robbed and killed someone, I'm not going to change my mind on how I feel he should be sentenced versus a perfect stranger who may have done it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like we can't pick and choose and switch sides because it's somebody we may know.
Listen, we live in the world. So listen. Let us pray. We live in a world where it is all about, and so I think common folk who don't understand or who have never been in or operated in the world of entertainment, they were operating on a principle that never really was true.
Yeah.
There's always been selective politicking.
Yes.
There's always been selective gangsterism. There's always been, as long as it's not me, he cool. There's always been. Some of the biggest rappers in the city of Atlanta, the whole Woody thing, the whole YSL, the whole YFN, all that shit. Some of the biggest rappers in the city of Detroit, let's talk about Atlanta. Some of the biggest rappers in the city of Atlanta, their brothers and cousins have testified on people and sent people to prison. But you don't talk about it.
Correct.
And you better not talk about it because some of those major A-list rappers are millionaires and they will use whatever power or influence, whether it's above the ground or below the ground, to get your ass together if you expose them.
Yes.
It's always been that way. I'm a voice of absolute reason. If you are an offender of the hip hop, urban pop culture, and I find out about it, I'm on your ass. And then I'm not academics because I go outside. I'll go outside and I don't care whether you like it or don't like it, and I can fight. And if you want to, I can still do all the other shit that led me to the penitentiary too.
So where do you draw the line though of how much energy you put into a situation that may not be directly?
I'm a YouTuber. Everything is my business.
Well, no, I get that, but I'm saying like if it's not affecting your family, your kids.
No, and none of this shit is about YouTubing. Is not about what affects you directly. If you want to be successful at what you do, I am a journalist. Maybe not a traditional journalist, but a YouTuber, a blogger, a podcaster. The YouTube streets is all about coming down with our opinion. It's coming down on.
Yes.
With our opinion on whatever the situation is. If we YouTubers now, we cover more information, we cover more stories than, because we know, we're in the know, than CNN or ESPN, the things that matter to us.
Yeah.
We covered, there is more coverage with in the world of podcasting with Donald Trump than there is on CNN or Fox.
Right.
And we give a real unfiltered opinion about what the fuck is really going on. I listen to podcasters' opinion about what's going on in the world of politics before I listen to CNN, because I know that shit is all scripted. It is all whitewashed.
Absolutely. And YouTube is like the largest streaming platform because you don't have to have an app to watch it. You can do it from your browser. You can do it from your TV. Every age bracket is on YouTube for something or another. So I feel like it is the best platform to get out there.
Yeah, but fuck YouTube too, because YouTube took my channel when I was getting 500 subscribers a day. Motherfuckers reported my shit. YouTube still allows people to complain you off of your square.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Patreon.
I'm not on Patreon. Tell us a little bit about it, if you don't mind,
I'm a source of information. Patreon is formatted just like YouTube.
Okay.
However, it's subscription based. So think about OnlyFans, but it is formatted like YouTube. You can upload videos, pictures, what have you, unfiltered. And they don't have the restrictions that the YouTube streets has or YouTube has. You can go in there because it's all subscription based. So it's like cable. On regular TV or like you can't cuss on terrestrial radio,
right?
But you can go on satellite Sirius radio and cuss all you want to.
Yes,
same thing. There are no restrictions. You can't be stopped. It's all subscription based.
I love that because it's like really it's a bittersweet with like a YouTube, for example, because yes, it's a major platform, but at the end of the day, it's their platform. We got to abide by their rules. If they don't like it, they're going to kick us off.
Right.
A place like Patreon,
you can get off.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. You can get off, right? So you use YouTube, and it's all subscription based. So I lost my page. I didn't lose it. Somebody complained me off. I ain't even gonna say who. They reported and said that I was using my platform to cyberbully, harass, threaten, and intimidate people. Everybody in Detroit knows the story because it was done out loud.
Yeah.
They proudly waved the flag of go report Dogface shit. So I woke up the next day and my channel, my Instagram was gone, my Facebook was gone, and my YouTube channel had been shut down for cyberbullying, harassing, intimidating, and threatening one particular person or two particular people. So I was supposed to go. Sean Cotton, and shout out to my man Big D from Mogul State of Mind. They've been told me to go to Patreon a year before this actually happened. YouTube, you use YouTube as, you'll see most of the big podcasters say, go subscribe to my Patreon.
Yeah.
Because you can't get off on YouTube. So they have clips on YouTube, and they tell you if you want the full
thing,
go to Patreon.
Can you monetize on Patreon as
You're
well?
You're monetized from day one.
From day one, because it's subscription based.
Yeah, you set the price point. So
That's hard.
You can charge them to become members, or you can let them become members for free. Then you can charge for different, like I have the fuck nigga files.
Right.
You want to watch my fuck nigga files? That's $9.99.
So like you said, it's similar to like an OnlyFans type situation,
absolutely.
but that's hard. Well, thank you for that.
My first month on Patreon, I got kicked off of YouTube. I started a Patreon. My first month on Patreon, I made $4,000 my first month. You don't have to wait to be monetized because you're monetized from day one. That's subscription based.
Crazy.
Everybody go join Patreon.
Y'all gonna find me on Patreon soon.
Go join Patreon. Yeah.
Let's talk about your latest single. It's called Attractive. Dope record. What inspired it?
I haven't said this before. This is my first interview. So we live in a world where it's a city girl era.
Yeah.
All the bad bitches pay my bills, do this, if you buy me a bag, blah, blah, blah. But there's a segment of women who are bosses.
Yes.
There's a segment of women across racial lines, across cultural lines. There is a segment of this society where you have women who still value and understand that in order to be a real boss, you need to be independent of anything, right? There are still women who believe that education, personal accomplishment needs to be celebrated.
Yes.
But we don't live in that world. We live in a world where it's celebrated to be a whore. It is viewed as some good shit to be a proverbial whore. It's celebrated to be a somebody's bitch. But there are women, black, white, Haitian, Cuban, whatever, who understands that real power is defined by and exemplified by putting yourself in a position to where you become attractive to yourself based on your own net worth and your own ability to be able to do for yourself and for others. That's attractive. So when I say attractive, I don't mean physically attractive, even though I am a male chauvinist pig. I don't mean that. I mean that, listen, ain't nothing more attractive than a bitch with some money.
Man.
I mean, so I'm not shooting down. And I think the record has caught on, and I think people like it because, especially women, because I am saying, hey, there's a segment of this society where you have bad bitches who get their own shit. They ain't sitting back waiting for a nigga to do something for them. So that's what I mean by attractive. It's not. It's I'm paying homage to women who understand that it's the ultimate form of attraction is when you are attractive based on what you're able to bring to the table.
You're an asset, not a liability.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Like, for real, because it is unattractive when people are trying to only come around you for what you got. Get my hair done, get my nails done, and listen, do it for yourself.
As a woman, if I say Mystic, let's say you and I are in a relationship. Yeah. If I say Mystic, let me get $40 to go get my hair cut. the thought of that.
Yeah, it's a turnoff.
I'm not saying that men don't have responsibilities to family and to women because they do.
Sure, right? A leader, a provider, a protector.
Yeah, all that is true. But when it comes to, I have daughters. I raise my daughters to educate yourself and to accomplish as much as you possibly can. And when it's time for you to find a mate, you're not confined to finding somebody to pay your bills. You can, when you have accomplished your own shit, then you could be more selective about the kind of men that you have. You ain't worried about your bills getting paid. You ain't worried about your hair getting done, your nails getting done. You ain't worried about flowers or diamonds and none of that kind of shit because you can do it yourself.
Yes.
So when you can do it yourself, you ain't got to go get Joe Smo who sell dope on the corner.
Correct.
Because your bill, you ain't got to be, you ain't got to fuck with just anybody because you worried about your bills getting paid. You can be more selective because you got your own shit.
You can hold it down in a dire situation.
Right.
What if your man gets injured and can't work or
we
whatever?
We don't even talk about that no more. They don't even, listen, most females who think like that, they go from dope boy to dope boy. They go from scammer to scammer or scammer to dope boy, right? At the end of the day, bro, I know some females who have had relationships with 4-5 guys. I'm gonna be specific. I know a female who has had relationships, long-term, 3, 4, 5 year relationships and they're in their 40s now, right? And every guy that she's had a relationship with is dead or in prison. She's unattractive to me.
Yeah.
Because, bitch, what?
Yeah.
What tip? What? So now she's looking for her next. I can't, cause you gonna
her next lick, really.
You don't mind me going to prison for selling dope or scamming. You don't give a fuck. You ain't finna stop me as long as I can maintain your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that's how she's programmed. So what the fuck do I think I got coming?
Right. Absolutely. Same thing.
Not a motherfucking thing.
Right. She's not going to be there to hold you down.
She don't give a fuck about being in jail or hell.
Yeah.
Long as I buy her a bag and put a rolling on her wrist, she cool with that shit. That's unattractive.
No, I agree with you. If I was a man, I feel like that would be extremely unattractive. It shouldn't be about what I can do for you. It should be about what can we both bring to the table and do for each other. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't always be about material stuff.
We live in the city girl world right now. So that is the let me tell you something. And I'm sorry for this, but listen. I got more respect for Sexy Red than I do for the city girls. Let me tell you why. Cause Sexy Red will fuck with a broke nigga and bring him up and buy him a car, help him get himself together, help him start a business. Cause she's a real bitch. I ain't had no money.
Shout out to Sexy Red.
Shout out to Sexy Red. I got more respect for her. Oh, she's a whore. She got blah blah blah. They all hoes.
304. You're a 304.
It's different caliber of hoes.
There's different calibers.
There's good hoes and there's. Don't shoot me for that. But
No, but you're right.
We playing the game. We keeping the gangster is.
And I feel like every woman at some point in time goes through a hoe phase. They don't always necessarily, because I'll be honest, I've been on my celibacy journey for a long time.
Right.
And I honestly, I feel like I've got more clarity in my life than ever.
Right.
Because you
can see shit differently now.
see shit differently now. And I feel like, and I encourage. What was that?
That was me. Oh. That was a chair. That was a chair.
I encourage anybody, not if you married, you ain't trying to hold out on your significant other, but if you single, try it out because it'll make you look at life completely different. Definitely. What do you feel like is something about your journey that most people might misunderstand or overlook?
Well, I mean, everything about me. So listen, I'm not an explainer. Over the last 6 months or so, when people have had to challenge my contribution to Detroit's overall entertainment landscape, I've done in the last 13, 14 years, I've done more. I will put my record, my resume of what I've done for this generation of Detroit's hip hop stars. I will put that up against anybody. With my Mob Life music tour, where I was doing independent music tours in St. Louis, Birmingham, Alabama, Memphis, Tennessee back in 2012 and 13. I was promoting and pushing Detroit's sound before Detroit's sound became popular like it is now. Before the Icewear Vezos, the Solid Babies, the Baby Moneys, the Babyface Rays became nationally popular. Before the T Grizzlies became people thought Detroit's real sound was the Eminems. That's never been Detroit's real sound. You don't have people in Detroit riding around listening to Eminem, and that's not no slight against him.
Of course,
but the real Detroit was exemplified. The people who were not from Detroit or didn't frequent Detroit or didn't come to Detroit, they thought that Eminem was it.
Correct.
It's never been it, and will never be it because Detroit is a blue collar, it's a dog geek dog, dope man, get money, fuck bitch. In Detroit, you ain't got no car, you a lame. You ain't got no buffs, you lamer. You ain't got no jewelry, the bitch.
The lamest.
You're the lamest. Listen, motherfuckers are judged by what you have, and it's a shame because in the ghetto we hold up as a trophy all the shit that really doesn't matter.
It's that perception.
But perception is like, well, why you got that chain? Why you got this? Why you got that? Because without that, listen, and that's just human nature. They want to see it. It's something about growing up in the ghetto. If you don't see it, then it doesn't exist.
Exactly. I say that about doing what we do. If you don't document it, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You could talk about it all day long, but people want to see it.
Yeah.
Same thing, like, having the jewelry or maybe having women or money or whatever. It can take someone from being here to here in their own mental.
And that person who has that can be the most bogus motherfucker in the world.
That is facts.
But to answer your question, what do people? So it's like I'm just now getting to the point where because I'm a doer. I don't spend time saying, "Hey, I did this.
Yeah.
I did that. Look at me." There are things that I have done that people are just not becoming aware of. Like, oh shit, that was you.
Yeah.
Like because my journey, I've been locked up half my life. I don't have time to be sitting back taking stock of what I've done yesterday. I'm progressively moving and grooving, like with the song "Attractive." It was produced by Chewy and
shout out to Chewy.
Yeah, shout out to my man Chewy. Really dope individual and hell of a super producer, hell of a.
Yep.
Chewy laid
He's out
down
of Detroit, right?
Absolutely. There's the T Grizzlies, the side, everything hot from Megan Thee Stallion to Yo Gotti. Hell of a has laid down classic beats under every hot artist in the country, and his resume is still growing. So it's co-produced by Chewy and Helliva, and it was just it's paying homage, is just an homage to women, and I'm trying to put it in the proper perspective of what's really attractive. You, like I said, you got a lot of ass, you got a lot of bags, but don't shit look better than a lot of cash. Don't shit look better than a lot of cash. And you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be well off. You don't gotta have a Rolex, you don't gotta have none of that kind of shit. But you do have to have the mind state of trying to do better, achieve more, and be better.
Agreed.
If you can be that, you can be a bitch from the projects. But if you got that kind of mentality, I can deal with you.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a bitch from a project who have nothing, but who has the mind state of trying to get something, than have a bitch from Buckhead somewhere who all this bitch want to do is eat and take from me and don't give a fuck whether I'm dead or in jail.
Correct.
After having done this shit. Nah, fuck all that shit. So when it comes to Dogface, everything about me, people are just now, I'm just now going to start to talk about everything that I've done because it's necessary.
Yeah.
Because you have people who tried to come against me and oppose me who tried to question my contribution. In the last 12, 13 years, I will put what I've done to help, like Tampa Bay, for example.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your name. I opened up the hip hop gateway between Detroit and Tampa. It was me with a few good people. T. Lee out of Tampa, DJ Shizzum from 95.7.
Shout out to Shizzum, yeah.
That's DJ Dream Chaser,
Yep.
Head Buster, Yayo 305, Lil TJ Slick World Entertainment, Milkman, all them boys. Tampa's my second home. So I opened up the gateway between, when you see an artist starting from T Grizzly on up, who's gotten booked in Tampa Bay, Whiskey North.
Love me some Whiskey North.
It ain't open no more. They don't allow black people to come out there and on Dale Mabry. They don't allow us to go out there no more. But when you see the connection between Florida as a whole, when you hear the musical similarities, it is because people like myself, in addition to Helliva, have gone down to Central Florida, and we opened up the gateway between Detroit and Tampa Bay. That's why you hear so many similarities between the flow, the beat, the cadence, the tempo. That's why that is.
Man.
When you hear, I booked T Grizzly for the first time. I booked 4-2 Doug. I booked Babyface Ray. I booked Y&J, the Flint guys, for real, them people to go perform. I did that.
Are you going to do a documentary about your life?
I ain't done yet. I need to start putting it together,
Start putting it together.
I need to start trying to like
collecting.
I have a resume, and I haven't updated it in the last a year or 2 years, but I have a resume of all things I've done with all the proof associated with it. So yeah, I need to do one.
I think you should, because I feel like you said, there's people out here who don't understand what a contribution you've been to, not just your city, but other cities as well.
Right.
Documentary coming soon. Y'all heard it right here.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Is there any like Detroit artists that you are behind right now that we need to be on the lookout for?
Well, I'm not necessarily behind anybody. I'm behind myself right now. Right? I'm sparking myself, because the whole podcast space, everything that I do now, it plays off of and is connected to each other thing. The music, I've been making music since 2009, 10. Right, I'm living in my 2 Chainz moment right now.
No, that's right.
I'm 53. I turned 53 last week.
You don't look it though.
Because black don't crack. And I don't eat the pork. I don't smoke weed. I don't pop pills. I don't use drugs. I don't do none of that shit.
I don't do none of it either.
I drink water and I touch people out.
And mind your business.
Yeah, mind my business. Well, I ain't mind. I'm talking about these motherfuckers. But
you mind their business.
As far as dope artists, listen, Ghetto Baby Boom.
Okay.
All the Money. there's some dope shit going on in Detroit. Detroit's reign, people are saying, there are rumors, there's rumblings, there's whispers that our reign is over. Our reign ain't over.
I don't think
New Dallas is really going crazy. The whole Montana 700s, the Zillionaire Dole, the 600, they going crazy. But we ain't done in Detroit.
I don't think it'll ever be done. And if anybody feels that way, y'all need to go back and rethink that, because I feel like there's certain places that are pivotal to what we do, and Detroit is one of them. It's never going to go away. Right. That's Motown.
And you still have so we have good artists. We have great artists in the city of Detroit who can carry national platforms and national status, and they have talent to do that. But the majority of the talent still has not been recognized. We still have and I know every city can say that.
Yeah.
But the dopest artists are not the ones you know.
Do you feel like artists need to leave Detroit, not even necessarily on a permanent basis, but they need to leave Detroit for really to get recognition from their own city?
Yes, it's like a dope game.
Yeah.
Reason why we took that fentanyl and jump on the road is because it is supply and demand.
Yes.
You can get more in the world of entertainment. Don't forget, Too Short said 20 years ago, the dope game is the rap game. You got to get on the road, like, because I've always said, and when I say what I'm about to say, you know that I'm saying it with such confidence and such effortlessness that you know that I've said it a million times. As an artist, you never know where your sound might catch fire at. You might have a sound that is more playable in Little Rock, Arkansas,
right,
Biloxi, Mississippi, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, Minnesota. Wherever, you might have a sound that's more catchable or catchy there, but you'll never know unless you travel. You have to travel and introduce yourself to different markets in different regions. You never know where you're going to catch fire at. You never know.
That is facts, because there will be artists who may be getting paid shows in their city, but if they come to Atlanta, nobody knows them.
Right.
So it's like, why would you not want that same type of motion in other areas? And then they'll be like, well, how much can you get me for a show down there? Zero,
because they don't know you. So listen. So, hey, listen, I'm glad you brought that point up. There are artists who are signed to major labels. QC, they were more than just the City Girls, Yachty,
right,
Baby, and it was more than just that. QC had dozens of artists actually signed to the labels you never fucking heard of them.
Never heard of them.
But because they had a QC credit card, they thought they were supposed to get booked in Pittsburgh, booked in Arkansas, booked in Las Vegas, booked in Arizona. You haven't done the groundwork yet.
You still got to put that work in.
You got to put that work in. So I know artists who are not signed to anything, who can get booked in areas where signed artists can't.
That's
because
facts.
They don't know who the signed artists are.
Yeah, and a lot of these, let's be honest too, some of these big artists that are famous on social media, they can't sell out a venue.
No, they can't.
Because they don't have an organic fan base in the streets.
No, they can't. No,
you know?
Can't. I started stand-up comedy about two years ago. I said I'm a funny person. I'm not just mean like people think I am. I put together my own stand-up comedy show at Punchline Comedy Club right outside of Detroit in Southfield, Michigan. Shout out to my man Fly Ty. I was already Dogface. I was already known for rapping. I was already known for talking shit on podcasting. I said I'm gonna take what I do on my podcast and turn it into a stand-up comedy routine.
I love it. You have the energy for it.
I sold my first 3 shows out with no problem because people already knew who I was. So the point is that you had some comedians like, what the fuck? You had some comedians in Detroit who were upset.
They were salty?
Like the T.I. thing. I can do it. There's nothing that I can't fucking do. I can do whatever I want to do.
And exactly, like, I don't ever get upset if I see like a new podcast pop up, for example. You and I have been doing it since like 2011.
Right.
I'm not going to get salty or upset. Or if they pop up and do better than me. Good for you.
Right.
I'm in my own lane. The same thing, like if you want to start doing comedy, other comedians shouldn't be upset with that, especially if you're doing better than them.
Well, it's the doing better or being, because you have some comedians who it takes 3 or 4 comedians to get the crowd that I was able to get. But the thing
by
is,
yourself,
I have an advantage because I am Dogface already. People already know who I am.
Yeah.
So people want to know, is he going to say the same shit in person that he said on that podcast? Yeah. And
Yes.
worse.
Listen, when you don't have that filter per se and you just keep it real, that's what most people want to hear, whether they believe it or not. That's why, like you said, you are the new CNN.
Yes.
Or beyond that.
Yeah, beyond that.
So tell everybody the name. The episode that you do where other people come involved, is that on the Dogface TV?
Well, so is my podcast is Dogface TV Podcast. I'm on Instagram at Dogface TV Podcast, DAWGFACE TV Podcast. My actual YouTube channel is Dogface TV Podcast.
And Patreon is also
Dogface TV Podcast. The panel is called the YouTube Streets Panel.
I love that.
And I'm the host of it, but all the other members, they broadcast live via StreamYard to their YouTube channels. So we might have 5 or 6 people on the actual podcast, but we all simultaneously podcasting to our own YouTube channels.
So everybody's getting credit for it on their own. Does YouTube ever like shut you down the way Instagram does? Sometimes Instagram will shut you down.
They just shut me down. They just shut me down.
Well, no, I'm talking about like midstream.
No, I haven't had that experience.
Okay.
Because we are all pretty seasoned.
Got you.
And so the thing with live, you can say what you want to say with live.
Yeah.
You will be punished later if you are a violator of some type of YouTube principle. See, live, you got to be careful because you can't take it back.
Right.
And then the bots, the meta bots, don't have an opportunity to examine what you're saying because you're live.
Right. Makes sense.
So you got to be careful about offending one of the protected groups. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna offend some shit.
Unapologetically.
I'm not trying to be offensive for the sake of being offensive.
Yeah.
But some of the shit that some of the things that are happening that affect the culture as a whole. Some of those things can only be, you can't talk about that from Don Lemon's perspective or from Chris Cuomo's perspective. You got to say, that was some bitch ass shit. You a whole nigga for that.
We need more Dogface in the world.
They do. Say it again.
We need more Dogface in the world because my reason on that is you're speaking a lot of people's thoughts that they're afraid to say.
Yes.
You're the voice for a lot of people because a lot of what you say, people are thinking the same thing. They're just afraid to say it publicly.
That is I. I'm Black Superman.
Where your cape at? You left it at home today?
No, the jury cape.
No, that is dope, man. So we got the record loaded up and ready to go. Can we check it out?
Yes, ma'am. Hey.
So was the record originally named something different? Because I seen that
it wasn't named anything different. It was just at the studio. It said "bitch with some money." Get some money. I think it was
because that's really
Yeah, get some money. Yeah, but it's attractive. It was attractive the whole time. Just the engineer. He heard it and. That's
what came to his head.
Get some money. That was the hook. Yeah,
definitely. So shout out to Chew and Helliva on the production on this. Is there an official video?
It's coming.
It's on the way.
There's 2 videos coming. There's an AI video coming. Shout out to my man Focus Purpose.
That's hard.
He's doing the AI version of the video, and then I'm gonna put my jury on, get fresh to death, go to Detroit, and I'm gonna bring the bitches out.
All the bitches get ready.
All the bitches get ready. We ain't have no hard leg niggas in there. No hard leg.
Are you gonna put like something out there as like a public invite, or are you hand choosing who can be involved in the video?
Man, I'm turning the city up with this shit. The song is going crazy. It debuted on Amazon Music behind Drake at number 2. It's doing well. It is definitely going to chart when I'm. Hey, listen, this is my 2 Chainz moment.
Listen, I know that's right.
This is my 2 Chainz moment. 'Cause no matter how old he gets, a hit record is a hit record.
A hit record is a hit record. There's never an age that should identify with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Listen, when you built a legacy for yourself like you have,
right,
it never expires. You could be 75 still doing this.
I'm gonna be swagged out. I'm 75. I'm my daddy.
Listen, I already know you gonna be one of them OGs.
But pass the Viagra, baby. Pass the Viagra. Niagara.
Give me my blue pill, baby.
Give me my blue pill. Come
over here and sit on my lap.
Yeah. That's my dog. Come on, top.
Come sit on my lap, baby.
What you want for cribman?
Come talk to daddy real quick.
Right.
And guess what? They gonna be lining up for it.
Lining up because it's hard out here. Donald Trump cutting everything. He cutting food stamps. He cutting FIA benefits overall. He cutting social. He cutting. Was it Section 8? So that $40 ain't never looked so good. Ain't no for that's $40 right now.
And you a handsome guy too. So
don't tell me that because don't be telling me that.
No, you are. So that adds to it. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these women don't care if a man look any kind of way as long as he got money. But you got that.
I got the whole thing. I'm the whole nigga.
You the whole package.
I'm the whole nigga. I'm the whole nigga.
Come sit on this lap real quick.
Come sit on this lap, baby. That type of thing.
Yo, I'm dead. I know you told them earlier your socials one more time where people can follow you.
Dogface TV podcast on Instagram, on Patreon, where I get off at is just Dogface TV podcast. On YouTube, it is Dogface TV podcast. You're gonna see my mug. If I ever get shut down, all you gotta ever do on Instagram, on YouTube is look for something Dogface TV podcast. I'm coming back. If they shut me down, I'm coming back. I swear to God.
I know that's right. Any honorable mentions? Because you mentioned, of course, Chew and Helliver. Anybody that deserves a quick shout out from you?
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to Helly Hansen, a.k.a. Helliver. Shout out to Chewy. They believed in me.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Big D from Mocha State of Mind. He believed in me. Shout out to Hellcat. Hellcat, the number one dyke. The number one dyke in the country. Shout out to my motherfucking dog, my evil twin Hellcat. Shout out to everybody who support R.J. Watkins, the legendary. Detroit wouldn't be what it is right now. You would not know who Blade Icewood is or what he looked like. You would not know who the Street Lords were. You would not know who Rock Bottom was. You would not know who the Eastside Cheddar Boys what they looked like if it were not for R.J. Watkins Jr. Shout out to my man R.J. He's a legend. Shout out to the city of Detroit. Shout out to the city of Pontiac. Shout out to the city of Flint. Shout out to whole Michigan. Shout out to ATL, Alabama. My family from Alabama. Shout out to Alabama.
What part of Bama?
Everything from Bessemer, Tuscaloosa. My mama was born in Birmingham. My daddy was born in Montgomery, but my granddaddy and them had a big ass farm in Lee County, Phoenix City, Alabama, which is where my sister Sonny, she down there right now in Phoenix City. So shout out to the South as a whole. I got my swag. I'm a country boy at heart. You hear me? That's why I talk like this.
You hear me? Come sit on my lap.
Yeah, come sit here. That's my new song. Come sit on my lap. My next song, come sit in my lap.
You should do that. And you have a little casting for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because reality TV, boy.
Right. Yeah. You just gave me an idea. I take idea. I'm an ideas thief.
I think you should do it.
Yeah.
You know how well that would take off?
Come sit in my lap. We doing it. I swear to God. Let's do it together. Let's produce it together. Let's do it.
Listen, I was going to say, in some kind of way, shape, or form, I got to be involved in that.
Listen, I am brilliant minds, when they come together, is the atoms. Let's do it.
We sharpen each other.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's check out the record. Introduce it for us.
Hey, listen, man. It's your man Dawgface Calderon, a.k.a. Doggy Dog, a.k.a. the most dangerous voice in Detroit. This is my new single, Attractive, produced by Chewy, and Helliver made this beat, baby.
Y'all stay tuned for it.
Come and see what all the hype is about. Tune in to The Hype 87.3.
Let's go. Let's run this shit. Wow. She's a bad bitch with some motion. She can make her ass move in slow motion. I ain't nothing like her last dude. He was bogus. He ain't had no money and he ain't had no motion. Ain't nothing more attractive than a bitch with some money. Bitch, get some money. Ain't nothing more